track of your orbit.
Hello, Clyce here, the witness for the Archipelago randomizer.
East, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast,
I played the
look out
subtitles
window as
again.
you're going past,
But
and
anyway,
there's
in the last
Mediterranean
part,
area, and Greece, and
that is the
Rome,
last
and North Africa,
video, we got
and
the
the
boat,
Sinai, the whole area.
which we hinted
And
at the
you
previous
realize
time.
that in one glance, that what you're seeing is what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean and look up at that great subcontinent of India pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mid-East, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where
Imaginary
you sit,
lines?
the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective,
This audio log's so long.
that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there. And what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl. And there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast,
Oh.
the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's. Russell Schweikart, 1975.
Okay, so in case anybody's not aware, each of these symbols needs exactly one other thing of the same color within the same grouping as separated by the line. It probably became clear as I solved the puzzles how they worked anyway, but I wanted to say that at some point, just didn't want to talk over the audio log for some reason. Probably just should have. Yeah, the problem here seems to be the oranges. Especially because I can't use this sort of line at the top, because I'll always run into one of these breaks in the grid. This break in the grid is also kind of annoying, because I can't come around here, and then later, like, I don't know, actually. There are a lot of lines where I can't draw. I'm not yet to like thinking about a puzzle skip territory, but sure am having a lot of near misses of solutions. Top right, bottom left is in the same region, so they don't work right now. But I'm not seeing a way to just like separate it, because, well, now okay, yeah, the purple's wrong for one. The bottom one is connected to nothing, and the second one from the bottom is connected to nothing. But also I've connected top left orange and and top right orange. So I feel like I've tried everything where the oranges that are like next to each other are grouped up, maybe. Maybe not like literally everything, but it's starting to feel like I need a solution where I draw lines between them. Well, that would have been promising if I was allowed to draw downward from here. I guess what if I continue with this? Then yeah. We're stuck. I'm not sure it would have worked anyway. That's 3. That's not allowed. Leaves 1 on its own. Ah, no, this doesn't work at all because of the oranges. But yeah, if there were just like 2 fewer orange in the puzzle, it would be that easy. Sometimes it's just convenient to leave a line in and stare and figure out how maybe you could change the line. Nothing's really coming to me though. It's like, no, this still doesn't work. I only get to pass through this spot once. It's a very critical spot. Actually, this whole left region, I'm very limited on my entrances and exits. There's this point, there's the start, and there's this point. So if I enter through one, I leave through the other. And if I start over here, if I start moving left, then I never get to come back later. Maybe start right. I feel like I've tried this already. Now the purple doesn't work. Maybe hook that in? I don't think I've done this before. It's not the answer. Oh wait, yes it is. Alright. Oh, this is one with 3 solutions. The path is going to rotate based on which solution I put in. Left doesn't look like it has very much merit though. These tend to be easier because you tend to have to solve them multiple times. All right. Sometimes you just try something and it works. You make the groups of 2 and it's like, hey, you made groups of 2. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Okay, this one, maybe grab that up there and then I can split that. Yeah. It wasn't really working. I was looking at, of course, ideas where I like grabbed that and then did that, but yeah, you just run into problems. Anyway, I can leave that in an unsolved state. The bridge is already unfolded. Sometimes you just zigzag. Oh, green. So as long as I don't separate them, they're fine. Very easy. Just introducing the concept of 3 colors, I guess. I would like to turn left here so I can actually get there. It's that easy. It's not that easy. Nope. Maybe start out doing something with those, and no, there's a lot of orange here. That's my insight. There's orange. This is probably why I don't routinely do puzzle games, because like, what do you say during a puzzle game? If I'm playing an action game, I at least occasionally am just like, ouch, and that qualifies as commentary apparently. It feels like this group all goes together, but I don't have any evidence of that. It could be more like this, but then what? Like, I still need to break up the oranges more, which I could not do like that. Never mind. No, that doesn't work. So yeah, the idea was trying to grab one purple up there to, okay, nice. To mix with the other purples is the rest of that statement. Let's see, we don't have multiple solutions, but I think I am gonna have trouble with these 3 purples if I start my line like that. Let's not start the line like that. There we go. Oculus ring. Hey, that's an important item. Opens up every hidden wall check, pretty much. Sometimes they want you to make the shape of something by making the solution such that you have to make the shape. Anyway, now we can get back to the mainland, which doesn't really do anything. The main prize was getting the Oculus ring there. I might need dots before I can actually finish treetops or do anything else here at all. Just making sure I didn't like miss any paths. We do still have a little more we can do in the witness. Oh, this control box isn't even on. That's kind of important for getting to the laser. But yeah, we need to build a bridge to there, like, that also touches here by rotating that path left, and then there's like a purple path or something over there. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. There are a few more puzzles that can be solved. Let's see, we're at the east end of the map, according to the tracking tool, the way its map is oriented. I don't think there's anything that ever actually suggests a compass direction of any kind. But yeah, I want to get back to the town area, so I see the windmills there, and I'm pretty much just heading vaguely towards it while trying to avoid barriers. Because we can solve the 2 puzzles at the top of the color house. I think I also have windmill entry, the item. So I want to open the windmill. I don't remember if it's a check. Oh no, I'm missing dots. Yeah, I'm missing dots, so I can't actually do windmill entry. But the panel is on. I think it would have just been black if I hadn't been sent the panel item at all. Oh, while we're here, that's not... Here it is. I'm just gonna do this for later. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Oh, hey, this puzzle is solvable. Okay, so we have rotated shapers. They need to be in a region that, matches them or combines with another shaper. Or possibly even, like, more than one shaper. So these 3 shapers on the right would be satisfied, and since they're rotated, they can be rotated. So I think I want to figure out the shapers first. I mean, this does make the shape, but if I'm doing that, then I'm forever messing up with that purple. So let's see. I mean, if I'm gonna combine the region with all of these, then they all need to be in the region, but then because okay, this satisfies those 3, and then I can instead do this for my end. So all I need to do is at the start... bam. And now, the point of that puzzle is actually so you can look at this one through that color filter. For some reason, these colors aren't the real colors. You need to look at it through a yellow filter. So that's... kind of just gotta solve it in my head from here. Okay, wait. For a second, I thought there was like the wrong number of reds. Okay, so if I can just draw a line across the top, I can reduce it to a 3x4 puzzle. Can I just do that though? Just kind of looking for what a valid line that breaks up the rest would be. If I come across and grab 2 reds and then kind of stair step up and grab 2 whites, I think that does solve the puzzle. Although, wait. I can't actually, make the motion I want and also touch the left edge of the puzzle, so the blacks are gonna be awkward. So instead, the top left black joins the bottom left, maybe? And then I have to come down and grab the one on the right to get the second one on the top with. And I think that will all work. Except wait, I'm drawing a line there to get the reds. So no, I'm gonna crash on the corners. I'll just step over to the puzzle and demonstrate. So I was thinking of, let's see, something like this. But yeah, I run into that. Okay, but I guess if I'm over here, through the yellow filter, it was, what, magenta and red is the same. I guess, yeah, just step back here. So yeah. And then the yellow and the white, of course, and the blue and the black. So maybe I should just solve it over here. Not gonna be able to separate that very well. Is that just it? Yeah, that's just it. But anyway, now that we've solved one puzzle so that we can look through, we've solved another puzzle so we can look through, but we're not looking through this puzzle, we're looking through these arbitrary objects. 'Cause the witness. Wait, I'm not standing in the right spot. You're supposed to actually be able to draw the solution. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, if something's actually blocking your view, you can't draw through it. Anyway, let's progress towards climbing this tower, which has a laser in it. See, I could go to tutorial row and do the black and white squares puzzle. Just trying to figure out where I am. Rogue Legacy's already claimed the item from that puzzle. But I think the tutorial row puzzles trigger the lasers for the non-randomized puzzles, so I think I have to do tutorial row anyway. Okay, wait, I need to go back this way. I don't know, maybe I should be focused on the checks I still have. Because there's still 2 checks in the village in Color House. I typically skip one of them just because you gotta like toggle to 3 different lightings and either you're writing down or memorizing. So wait, I think tutorial row is vaguely this way. Yeah. Oh, it just says collected, and I can trigger the end one. All right. Well, if we're bored at the end of a, the witness puzzle, or the witness episode, we can solve the first few puzzles on those rows. But yeah, let's get back to Color House. I might have to reload my game before we see any lasers going across the sky. Oh, wait, we got a laser. And no, that's the one from Sound Jungle. I think we should have 3 lasers now, but we need like 11 to beat the game. I'm pretty sure I chose box long as my goal. Alright, how do I actually get in? Oh, right, through here. Wait. Is this not even the right building? Or do I need to drop these stairs somehow first? Oh, right. The speakers are broken. But yeah, this is what the non-randomizable sound puzzles look like, just series of up and down. I think I just need my solutions to match. So middle, top, top, bottom. Yeah. Oh, that was Knuckles' shovel claws. I didn't actually know that was a check. That's a good item. Okay, but here's the checks I actually knew about. So, yeah, we can look at each of these puzzles while they're lit up with blue, and then this, we have a rotated shaper that lets us grab one of the other colored cubes, and we can look at the puzzles on the other conditions based on... Wait, why did that not work? Oh, because squares of different colors need to be separated. So just start like this. Yeah, that makes a red light, and then this makes blue light. So I could just go off camera and like work out what every color actually is. Because, yeah, unlike the other puzzle where we cared how the puzzle could be perceived, but not what it actually was, here we care what they actually are. So yeah, I'm just gonna write down what every square reacts to in Notepad and be back. Alright, we're back. I've chosen to put the puzzle under blue light because there are the most blues. And then these are also all red, so I've written them down as magenta. There isn't any other red in the puzzle, I believe. These two are both green, as is this. This is actually white. This is black, these two are black, this is black, and these 4 are just blue. And the rule with squares is they all need separated from everything that's any other color. So, gonna separate those and then try to grab these blues, separate the white from all the black and everything, and then these are all the same color, and that was the answer. Received shapers. Oh boy. That's pretty big for the witness. We found our own shapers. And then I haven't done anything with this puzzle yet, but we'll do that the next witness episode, which may not be that long from now because we just got shapers. Anyway, see ya.